Just watch this video to the very end. You will hear what Barrister Darlington Agomuo said in this video. What he said here is very important. That is why I want to share this video to everyone so that you will hear what he said. You know that Barrister Darlington is a man of his words. What he always say, there is meaning in them. Just watch.
I am Chukwuma Okoro. On the show today, Nigerians rate 2-year scorecard of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and are asking if Nigeria is moving forward or backward. We have in the studio, life and blood, Dr. Barrister Darlington Agomuo, who is a lawyer and political affairs analyst. Good evening, Barrister, and good to have you on Political Lens.
Good evening, Mr. Okoro himself. How are you?
Very well. My viewers missed you. They said I should bring you.
Are you serious?
I'm happy you are here, and I'm happy they are happy to have you too.
Okay.
Okay, Barrister, let's kick into the show right away. Today marks 2 years President Bola Ahmed Tinubu assumed office as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Addressing Nigerians in a nationwide broadcast, the President reeled out the achievements of his administration and said that his economic reform policies are working for Nigerians, stating that the worst is behind us. According to the President, his administration's reforms are stabilizing the economy, cutting deficits, easing inflation and attracting investment, and maintain that the economic reforms which he embarked upon in the last 2 years are working and yielding the expected results, insisting that the worst is already behind the country. The President dismissed the recent concerns over fluctuating crude oil prices, which recently hit $58 per barrel, despite a $75 barrel budget benchmark, pointing out that Nigeria's fiscal targets for 2025 remain on track. Tinubu said that he declared zero value-added tax VAT on key commodities like food, education, healthcare, rent, among other essential commodities, in a bid to reduce the taxation burden on households. However, the President admitted that in implementing the reforms necessary to strengthen the economy and deliver shared prosperity, there had been some difficulties experienced by compatriots and families, noting that he does not take Nigerians' patience for granted. He restated that the only alternative to the reforms the administration initiated was a fiscal crisis that would have bred runaway inflation, external debt default, crippling fuel shortages, a plunging naira, and an economy in a free fall. He argued that despite the bump in the cost of living, Nigeria has made undeniable progress, stressing that inflation has begun to ease, with rice prices and other staples declining. Besides, Tinubu stated that the oil and gas sector is recovering, with rig counts up by over 400% in 2025 compared to 2021, and over $8 billion in new investments having been committed. He added that the administration has stabilized the economy and is now better positioned for growth and prepared to withstand global shocks. Lending his voice to the midterm assessment, former President Muhammadu Buhari congratulated President Tinubu and said that as the party and the government celebrate, Nigerians should be reminded that leadership is a continuous journey. Muhammadu Buhari called for steadfast support for the APC government as it marks its second year in office, explaining that reforms will achieve success gradually, not overnight. Buhari, in an advice to the Tinubu government, warned that necessary reforms and desired changes must not fall victim to nettlesome domestic politics. He expressed support for the ongoing efforts by the administration to curb poverty and inflation, which he says have hit the poorest families the hardest, adding, however, that the task of reducing poverty and inflation, which is immense, must not be left only for the government. Other concerned Nigerians and netizens have also made comments on the second anniversary of Bola Tinubu administration. On his social media handle, Omoyele Sowore, presidential candidate of the AAC in the 2023 presidential election, said, and I quote, "Today marks Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's second year in office as president. A man who took 2 years to construct only 30 kilometers of highway on his signature 700-kilometer Lagos-Calabar coastal highway project is a failure. A man who made the order exchange rate at 400 naira and pushed it to 1,600 is a failure. A man who ended the petrol subsidy for people with low income, but still subsidized corrupt government officials and lawmakers in the name of budget padding is a failure. A man who led Boko Haram in Borno and Yobe State Let them move down. South Kogi is a failure. Nigerians are divided on the achievements of the president in 2 years. While some supporters of the president insist that the country is making progress, others believe that the future looks very scary based on what is on the ground at the moment. Barrister Darlington Agomuo, here we are, sir. Welcome to the show once again. This administration clocked 2 years today. What's your assessment of this administration's 2 years in office regarding the promises made to Nigerians on May 2029? Your broad reaction. Promises made to Nigerians. They said they were bringing change. 10 years ago, Buhari took Nigeria away from the PDP and said he was bringing change. After 8 years he left, Tinubu took over from him. In 2 years, Barrister, what has happened?
We have gone deeper into infamy, into disaster, into economic hardship, into uncertain future. Nigeria has become a mockery before the international community. So both home and abroad, Tinubu have failed. I mean, with what is coming out from US concerning his activities there, that one alone is enough to sink any country. Because if your number one image maker does not have any good image before the international community, then of what use is the country and the leader? Eh? Let's even interrogate this thing that he's telling us about his policies and all that. Number one signature policy of Tinubu was fuel subsidy removal. He made so much noise about it when he removed it that I was wondering whether it is this thing I have already analyzed or another thing. You removed fuel subsidy exactly 2 years ago when you said the fuel subsidy is gone. And I said it that day, that particular day, that no, this is problem coming. This thing cannot fly. Because I look at the indices, I said, how can this work? Because there's nothing on ground to back it up. 2 years down the line, I've been vindicated. One, when Tinubu removed fuel subsidy, he told the whole world that, look, if he removed this subsidy, in fact, the money we will be making will be too much that we'll be looking for somebody to dash money. That he will use it to repair road, use it to build hospitals, schools, everything. That in fact, removing the fuel subsidy will bring paradise to Nigerians. And people, gullible Nigerians, we are clapping for him. That the elite have been benefiting from fuel subsidy, this thing, the fuel subsidy they are enjoying. That when he remove it, it will not get down to the poor. I said, the naysayers now saw me as a pessimist. I said, no problem. Now, let us interrogate the fuel subsidy because that is the engine room of our problem. You remove fuel subsidy with so much money padded into it. And we are saying, okay, with this money now, things will look up. But Mr. Okoro, 2 years down the line, we are borrowing money to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy removal. That means failure on its own. Nothing came from there, nothing. You did nothing. The fuel subsidy is just corruption and fraud. Let us call it the name it deserves. So why should the Tinubu now be praising himself for removing fuel subsidy when we did not see any benefit from it? You now went to go and borrow money to cushion the effect. That means all this money they are telling us that governors are enjoying too much largesse now from federal government. That means it is borrowed money which we are going to pay. This money they are going to borrow now, when you break it down, they said it is the part of it will be used to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy. And I asked a question, I said, come, the money we have been getting from fuel subsidy, where is it?
Okay,
up to
okay.
today,
All
they
right.
have not made any account. No account.
Barrister, we'll get into the specifics of what this administration said they have achieved. They talked about fuel policy, fuel removal. They talked about the tax reform bills. They talked about the exchange rate and all of that. But the former president, Buhari, has heard the achievements of the Tinubu administration, praised the APC, for doing a great job, and asked Nigerians to be patient with this administration for For 8 years, Buhari asked Nigerians to be patient with his own administration. How long will Nigerians be patient? Make sacrifices when they see their leaders live in opulence and grandeur. Barrister, does Muhammad Buhari have the moral right to ask us to be patient again after 8 years of Nigerians being patient with him? And 2 years down the line, they are still asking Nigerians to be patient.
Exactly. That is what happened to leaders who don't have a vision. Leaders who don't have shame on them. I mean, shame. There is something we call shame. They don't have it. Because if there is, Buhari wouldn't have been the one to be talking in that manner. With all the corruption cases on his head. Look at what happened with the CBN after Tinubu ordered the investigation and what came out of it. What came out of it? Have Buhari answered what he did with all those money? The answer is no. So, Buhari is not the right candidate to be talking to Nigerians. He's not. Right now, he should be ashamed of what he did in office. I'm telling you, he should be ashamed. All the things he did in office, in a normal claim, he should have been in jail by now. He should have been in jail by now. He should have been prosecuted because Nigerians, in fact, most of the problem we are suffering today, Buhari created it. When they were pursuing selfish agenda, nepotism and all that, ethnic bigotry, religious bigotry. That was what Buhari came to introduce into Nigerian politics. And now, the fire is still raging. And this man had the gut to come and tell us something that is not. It's unfortunate. Even Nigerians are now calling for the prosecution of Buhari. That is what baffles me. They are not calling because he needs to be prosecuted to set an example on how not to be a bad leader. If Buhari gets away with all he did in office, then I don't think Nigeria will get it right. We need to start punishing people for their actions. We need to. Because this idea of having some people in office who are now larger than life, who are now above our laws, we will not get it right.
Did you expect Buhari to say anything different from what he said? Being that he's from the same party with the current president.
Yes.
And he handed over to the president.
Yes, I expected him to be very circumspect in talking. In fact, if he had kept quiet, I wouldn't have bothered.
But he admitted that there is poverty in the land.
Which he created.
Did he create the poverty in the land?
Yes, he created by his policies, by his actions. When you allow insecurity to fester under your watch, supporting them, pampering them, giving them soft landing, refusing to be confrontational with them, what are you doing as a leader? Rather, whenever Fulani cattle headers strike, Buhari will pretend as if he's on holidays. What does that mean? Are they not the one that is causing this fuel shortage? Buhari neglected all those things and he's telling us to be patient. But they didn't tell us how long because he did the same thing for 8 years. Deceived Nigerians. Complete deceit.
Okay. All right, Barrister, let's look at the specific policies this administration is hailing as successful. Let's start with the first subsidy regime, which was dismantled exactly 2 years ago. Barrister Darlington, how far, how well have Nigerians fared? Recall that about 8 months or, yes, less than that ago, 8 months ago, or thereabout, the president said that, look, that the first subsidy that he removed is working because governors at the subnational level are receiving 3 times what they used to receive from the FAC. And the governor of Nasarawa State admitted, Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State admitted that they are getting more money. And we see all these governors doing some fantastic thing about building infrastructure. Barrister, how far, how well will the first subsidy?
You know, when you tell a lie, it's a matter of time before your lie will expose you. Mr. Okoro, if we are truly getting dividend of fuel subsidy removal, why is Tinubu now going to pay 7.7 trillion naira to NNPC?
That is the question Nigerians are asking. So who is paying the subsidy? We do agree that, look, there's more money in the system now. But where is all of that money coming from?
Who told you that there's more money in the system now?
Now, governors are receiving more money. They admitted.
Mr. Okoro, listen very well. Listen. The issue of governor getting more money has been exposed now. That money is to make the governors jump into APC, believe in what Tinubu is doing and all that.
Are they getting more money?
That money is borrowed money, which we are going to pay. It's not from fuel subsidy. I mean, with what is going on today, we are now saying that that money is borrowed money. We are going to pay for it. It's not from fuel subsidy. Quote me. Because the facts are there now. Why are you going to borrow money to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy if that money is actually from fuel subsidy? Tell me, why would you not go and borrow money? The 7.7 trillion you are going to pay to NMCC, is it not part of the fuel subsidy you are talking about? So, no money is coming out. If money is coming out, it is in somebody's pocket, not to Nigerians. That money that the governors are getting is, I can call it a bribe. That's the truth. Because it didn't come from the real source. Why would you go and borrow money? You gave a governor money. Then you now go and borrow money to cover the money you gave to the governor. What does that mean? Did you actually give the governors money? No, look at it yourself. Okay,
but Barrister, assuming it's even borrowed money, the governors, what are they doing with this money? Because that is one critical question that Nigerians are not asking. Why is it that Nigerians are not holding their governors to account? Why is it that everybody is centered on the president, the president, the president? How about the governors?
That money was not meant for them to do anything. It's part of the money for buying their loyalty. That is the truth. If not, let them publish the allocation to the states and local government on monthly basis. Let us see. Let us see how much the governors are getting. It's not enough.
Barrister, they do publish their monthly allocations. Yes, the Federal Ministry of Finance does that. The other time, I think Akwa Ibom State received in excess of $30 billion. My state received in excess of $10 billion. Sorry, 10 billion naira. Okay. And governors admit that they are getting more money. So why are they not working with the money?
Okay, fine. Now, if they are not doing anything with the money, please, who's supposed to call for accountability here? Is Tinubu not supposed to ask the governors, please, stop embarrassing this administration. Do something that the people can see. Because they are looking at him. If you, the president, is not doing anything, why would you expect the governor to do something? Can't you see? The money is for them. It's money for the boys, not for them to do any infrastructure development. That is why none of them is doing anything and nobody is calling them to order. That money is the reason why they are jumping into APC now. It's as simple as that. Why do you think they are doing that? You think they are doing it for nothing? The result of that money, we are now seeing it. That is why everybody wants to jump into APC, because of what they are getting from the president. And not what their people are saying. So you can see, I know Tinubu very well. He can't give you anything for free. No, he can't. He can never give you anything for free. The moment Tinubu is giving you anything, go and check. He's going to demand or collect something from you. That is just a fact.
Okay, all right, Barrister, let's get into the exchange rate. You know, the exchange rate was unified. They had 6 windows, but all of those were closed and collapsed into one. How has that achieved exchange rate stability? And it was like from 460 on the 29th of May 2023, but today is hovering between 1,500 and 1,600 naira. Has that unification solved any problem for us?
Please, Mr. Okoro, before I answer this question, I want to tidy up this fuel subsidy something.
Okay.
Good.
Go ahead, sir.
Good. So that you know that this is fraud on its own. We are paying 87 naira per litre for fuel under a PDP, Abi. And the same PDP, we are paying subsidy on petroleum product that we are enjoying, 30 million litres per day, for 16 years. Nigerians, I want you people to help me here. For 16 years, PDP was paying subsidy for 30 million litres of fuel per day. When APC took over, the thing now ballooned to where it is today, about 1,800 or so, 1,800, 1,000. It hovered between 800 and 1,000. Now, the subsidy PDP we are paying, please, how much could it have been? Or are you telling me that between the 87 naira to where it is today, then the PDP was paying the difference as subsidy? It's not possible. No government anywhere in the world can pay that amount of money for subsidy. Even in US where they're paying those, it cannot be more than $5 or $10 max. But APC came into office. Both the liter of fuel we are paying subsidy on a day went up as far as 68. It came down to 40 something, and now it's moving between 45 and 46 million liters per day. Meanwhile, with the hardship, people have stopped using their cars. In fact, they have sold their cars to survive, to pay school fees and rent and all that. There is less cars on the road. So who is buying this fuel that it jumped to 40 something million liters per day? No accountability, no record, no data. You can see now. So imagine the difference of this subsidy. We are looking at almost 800 naira here. The difference. Now tell me, please, somebody use your calculator or your laptop. Multiply 800 naira per day. Multiply by 46 million liters per day. See how much this government is making per day from fuel. So okay. Whatever the government...
That was the question I asked. Apparently, there is more money in the system from fuel subsidy. So the question is, who is paying this money?
Hold on. No, we are... Listen very well. Listen. Now, by the time you calculate, you now say that whatever the governors are getting is just a token, crumb from the table.
But are they getting more?
The real cash is somewhere. That is the truth.
Are the governors getting more?
I don't know.
But they agreed that they are getting more. And some of them are working.
How many people have agreed? How many people have agreed that they are getting this money? Even what they are getting is not commensurate with the fuel subsidy that you are paying, that you have removed. It's not commensurate. That's what I'm telling you here. So the money is like a token. The real money is somewhere that nobody has given account. Now let me tell you again. Just sometime last last year, the National Assembly called the Minister of Finance and said, "Come, the fuel subsidy that we have been, let us know what is how much have you saved, and then how much have you been paying to our foreign debt and all that." Let us go and
okay, talking about foreign, the president just paid $3.5 billion.
I am coming. Let me up to tell you that there is fraud somewhere. Now, immediately these people mentioned that particular incident or that issue. The Minister of Finance said, no, you cannot discuss that here. Let's go inside the room and discuss it. Till today, we didn't know or hear anything about it up till now. What does that tell you, Mr. Okoro? That means there is something that they are not telling us. So I don't believe that anybody is removing or paying subsidy somewhere. I don't believe it. I don't believe there is fraud going on there. That particular incident told me all I need to know. They could not come out and tell us that, yeah, this is how much we have said, this is how we spend the money. I remember when Abacha did it, he raised it from 11 naira to 14 naira. He created the Petroleum Trust Fund. Is that not true? Headed by Buhari.
Okay.
Where that money was channeled into. Look at, just a difference of 3 naira. Look at what they did with it. In your fuel subsidy now that you are paying trillions and trillions, where is the evidence? That money should have been used as a buffer instead of you to go and borrow money again to cushion the effect of the subsidy remove. Then it means that this subsidy money you remove is nowhere to be found. It just entered into oblivion because other people that remove subsidy before that added money to the pump price of fuel, we saw what they did with it. Petroleum Trust Fund is there. In this particular case now, Tinubu, the fuel subsidy that you told us you removed, where is the benefit to anybody? Can you point at something now that yes, this is where this subsidy removal is going into? That
so essentially, Barrister, you are of the opinion that there is nothing like fuel subsidy.
In fact, I had told you, I got the example with PDP. They were paying subsidy and Nigeria had life. Can't you get it?
Barrister, a few people were taking the money and putting it into their pocket. A few people were pocketing the money.
The fact remains that they were paying subsidy.
Barrister, are you aware that a certain individual in this country has been sent to jail by the EFCC on account of the fact that he was pocketing subsidy money? The son of the former PDP chairman. Mamanade, his son has been sent to jail by EFCC. So doesn't that tell you that there was fraud in the fuel subsidy?
Do you throw away the baby at the bathwater? No, tell me, is it a fact that PDP was paying subsidy?
No, they were paying subsidy. Buhari paid subsidy as well. Buhari paid subsidy. And now this president had the courage to say, look, enough of all this.
After the movie, what happened?
And the governors are getting more money. Even at the federal, at the center, there is more money.
No, that is the trick.
The FCT is getting more money. Look at what Wike is doing in Abuja.
That is the fraud. Mr. Okoro, instead of giving this money to governors that they don't know what to do with it, Tinubu should have channeled that money into all this thing that he wants to go and borrow money now for.
Barrister, he's building the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway.
I am telling you how these things are done.
Barrister,
by now,
the president is building the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway.
And so what?
Okay, he's channeling the money there.
At what cost? 30 kilometers out of 700 kilometers. Is that what you?
That's a starting point.
How
about the Lagos, the Badagry Sokoto?
How much?
How about the Badagry Sokoto?
Mr. Okoro, how much have we spent so far? No accountability. I am telling you what Tinubu should have done with this subsidy removal. That today people will be saying, yes, we are seeing it. Is that not true? Or that even a military head of state knows what to do, but Tinubu doesn't know. Rather, he was using that money to bribe governors to support him. Is that not what has turned out to be now? Yes, all these government, we are getting more money. So what? What are you doing with it? Tinubu should have channeled that money into productive ventures. Where every Dick and Harry will benefit from it. That's what I'm saying. Not to use it to buy
ventures like what? Ventures like
good. This prepaid meter, this electricity tariff, this megawatt of electricity that we don't have. You should have used that money to make sure that those areas are tidied up. Mr. Okoro, you should have used that money to make sure that insurgency stop in Nigeria, terrorism, by buying arms and ammunition that the soldiers needed. Is that not true? By even employing more manpower to make sure that this thing is stamped out. Is that not true? By now, please, with that kind of money, no industry should have been closed down. The 7.2 million industries that closed down, that money would have been used to give them loan or grants to make sure that they remain in business. The Western world did it when there was worldwide economic meltdown in their country. They did it. They make sure that they give them money to make sure that the engine, the factories, the engines in the factory does not stop running. That's what they did. In the case of Tinubu, what did they do with the soil? Nothing. That's what I'm saying you hear. Nothing. And you're telling yourself, how much did you even save? Let us know. It's not enough to go and tell one or two governors that yes, they said that, how much did you get?
But Nigeria's foreign reserve has also increased. That means it's saving money.
It's saving what?
Money.
We are not seeing all these things.
But our foreign reserve is increasing.
Oh my God. Mr. Okoro, if you are doing that, why should you go and borrow money again?
For infrastructure.
No. You should have used that money to do what you want to do. Because when you go and borrow him, you must go and sorrow him. Your children will pay for that loan.
Barrister, America is borrowing, are they sorrowing?
Are you serious? So if America...
Barrister, Japan is borrowing, are they going as sorrowing?
Hold on. Please, I have told you people. Some people will come and tell you, there's nothing wrong in borrowing. I don't want to hear that word. There's everything wrong in borrowing, especially the Nigerian system. You are not good. You don't know how to manage borrowed funds. They don't borrow. We have enough here to manage our resources. You are telling me those who borrow. How about those who don't borrow money? In Sokoro, how many times have China gone? In fact, the IMF and the World Bank cannot even borrow.
At some point, China borrowed money.
At some point.
Yes.
Don't
you think that is the point where we are now?
No. Hold on. At the point we are now, with what we have done so far, if you manage resources very well, we don't need to borrow money from anybody. We are not managing this. Tinubu is filtering this money away on useless ventures. That is why we are not seeing the dividend. I told you here what a right-thinking leader should have done with that money. Put it somewhere. Get a real technocrat, honest men like a Christopher Kolade. He was part of those managing sovereign wealth fund. There are credible Nigerians who will manage that fund.
Barrister, the president is funding NEL fund, student loan scheme. The president is doing that.
Are you serious?
Just yesterday, the president made an approval for 45,000 naira to be paid apiece to students who enroll into technical schools in Nigeria, so that TVET, the technical vocational and education training, will get some boost across the country. 45,000 naira apiece. Barrister, isn't that a step in the right direction?
It is not. All this money, all the palliative that Tinubu have been doling out, it doesn't get to the right people. All of them have ended up in controversy, in fraud, like this NEF fund now. You saw what ICPC discovered about NEF fund. Is that not true? The money is not getting down to the real people. Mr. Okoro, the graduate intake has dropped. Even with the NEF fund, it has dropped because hardship, inflation has taken away the money. That money is just for school fees. How about feeding? How about accommodation? Very critical area for a student. Are you going to stand up and be reading?
Shouldn't we cut the president some slack for even introducing that?
I have told you here, I didn't see what to cut for him because all his policies ended up in a cul-de-sac. All his policies, none of them.
Nigerian students are benefiting from NEF fund.
No, it's not. How many of them? Mr. Okoro, if you are supposed to take care of 1 million people, and you ended up with 50,000 people, what have you done?
Please, there's a starting point.
No. That money is supposed to, in fact, it's supposed to be a boost. But we are not.
Isn't that what it is doing, Barrister?
No, it's not. I told you here. I told you the money have ended up in some people's pockets. That money, it has ended up in some people's pockets. Some students collected that loan and walked out of the university. You had what? In fact, some schools now, I think 1 or 2 universities are refunding money to students from that NEF fund. What does that tell you? It has ended up in people's pockets. So that policy did not work, and it will not work because it was not well thought out, like every TINUBU policy. It was not. I have told you here, whenever you want to achieve results, in anything you want to, go and call experts, because you don't know. Don't give it to party men thinking that they will do the job. No, they see it as their own national cake. That's what is wrong with TINUBU. All his policies, give it to his party APC people thinking that they are working for him. No. Go and check all the policies. Has any of them worked? The answer is no. Nothing you can point and say, yeah, this area, they got it well. Oh. Everybody is feeling it. People are enjoying it. When you gather a few people for something that the whole country should enjoy, is that success? Can you use it as success? The answer is no. All these policies.
Okay. But Barrister, let's up next on our radar is the tax reform bills, the contentious tax reform bills. You know, they were passed into law recently by the National Assembly. How far can that help us in achieving economic
It will not achieve anything.
I mean, the administration said it was masses friendly. What are your expectations? What are your thoughts?
There is nothing coming out from there. Because just yesterday, the Federal Inland Revenue Service said that only 10% of Nigerians are paying tax.
Okay, out of that 10%, Barrister, the masses, Barrister, it can be because how many civil servants do we have across the country? Now, if you earn a certain amount of money, if your annual salary is less than, I think, ₦1 million or so, you are exempted from tax. The idea is to tax the wealthy. And give some kind of rebate, tax relief to the poor people. Again, Barrister, isn't that a good thing to do to stabilize the economy? So that Nigerians could have more disposable income in their pockets.
No, Mr. Okoro, even the way they are not paying taxes, they are not. Seriously, they are not.
So the idea of this tax reform bill is to ensure that the wealthy begin to pay taxes.
I said they are not. Even the taxes, if you look at the clauses in those taxes, it's dead on arrival. Because the poor will not get the dividend. In the first place, we are not talking of inflation here. The tax, the rebate you are giving, the inflation has wiped it away. Besides, 7.2 million businesses have closed down, companies. Is it not human beings that are working in those companies? Is it not that company that will pay tax? So what are you saying? If the tax is favorable, they should have been in business now. They should have been in business. So who is going to pay the tax now when people are unemployed? When companies are closing down? Who will pay the taxes? Your tax reform is tax reform bill. Who did it benefit from? Because inflation, the little money they even have, inflation has wiped it away. Ordinary NEPA bill have taken away people's income. NEPA bill alone have taken away your income for a whole month. How do you justify that? A man who is earning 70,000 naira as minimum wage, you now give him a NEPA bill of 150,000 naira. How will he cope? Where will he get the money to even pay your tax and all that? So this thing don't add up. It doesn't. I believe in looking at the last figure, not the figure you present to me. I want you to give me the detail because the devil is in the details. It's in the detail. When you hear this, you run with it. No, not me. I will not do that. I will sit down and analyze it, cross-check it, check it, and see where it will land me. Before I will now say, okay, this thing is working. Mention any of their policies that Nigerians have said, yes, thank God, Tinubu, you have done well. I expected Tinubu to have cleared the insurgents by now, terrorism. I expected Tinubu to have brought the naira-dollar exchange rate to at least 200 naira to a dollar. That is the way to go.
We had a former head of a former president who was a military general. He couldn't clear insecurity. So do you expect that this one, who is a civilian, was going to do better?
No, we know what happened with Buhari. He was handling insecurity with sentiment.
Okay.
Because his kinsmen are the people involved. He didn't want to deal with them. I was expecting Tinubu to have taken a frontal attack on these people. But he's even worse. Because under his watch, more terrorist organizations are coming to Nigeria. They are coming to Nigeria. I think there is a deal between Tinubu and Buhari not to touch his people who are causing this problem. If not, why would the herdsmen be pampered in such a manner? Go and look at how the people carry gun with impunity, arrogance, shooting policemen, shooting army, facing them. Herdsmen. To make matters worse, they say that they are not from Nigeria. Mr. Okoro, how do you justify that? A military chief came out and told us that they are not from Nigeria. Are you serious? You allow terrorists to come from wherever, enter Nigeria, and they are killing Nigerians for 15 years now. And you are not doing anything about it. You are treating them with kid glove. Kid glove. You can't shoot, you can't wipe them away. Every day we keep hearing one story or the other. Yet the guys are waxing stronger. Today they say they arrested some military men and policemen who are selling arms to terrorists. Mr. Okoro, what does that tell you? No, look at it. What does that tell you? Is that the hallmark of a man who wants to end insecurity? So you can see that nothing is working. Tinubu knows. He just pretending that nothing is working. By now, I expected the food inflation to have gone down. At least let him take us back to where he met us. A government was in power that made us to be buying rice at 8,000 naira per bag. A government was in power. Are you telling me that government was stupid in office? Then you that took it to 50 something or what now? You are wiser. Can such a thing ever happen in Nigeria again with what is going on now? So these are issues that I expected Tinubu to address. I mean, tick the boxes. As you are reading your address, you say, yes, we have done this. People we call independent pressmen, independent journalists to go and verify what you are saying. Not just saying it by word of mouth. Meanwhile, when you cross-check what he's saying, there is nothing there.
But Barrister, when you talked about ticking the boxes now, Barrister, for the past 2 years, is there any single thing you can point to that this administration has done, or a policy initiative that looks like it's putting Nigeria in the right direction? Is there just any one that you can mention? Yes,
they have succeeded in one thing. In fact, they did it so perfectly. You know what they did well?
Go ahead, sir.
Lying and propaganda. Tinubu and APC, they have redefined lying and propaganda. They have done it so well that...
Barrister, is that a policy direction? Is that a policy initiative?
As far as APC is concerned, that's it. It's part of their policy. It's an achievement. If you don't have it, you can't work with APC or you can't. I am telling you that the way they have redefined lying and propaganda, Satan will be grinning with envy. He'll be wondering, where was I? I never thought some people can lie more than me. Because how did the God describe Satan? He said he's the father of lies. That is the description God gave Satan, the father of lies. So if somebody has beaten him to his own game, then that person must be given So they have succeeded in that. I will give it to them. They can package propaganda, and gullible Nigeria will believe that this is the fact. This is the truth. Like the way they are praising themselves now. Can't you see? Can't you see that some people believe in all these lies? Can't you see? You met exchange rate at 700 naira.
At 400 naira. Okay, 700 naira.
Yeah, 700, between 7 and 400 or so. Now, where is it? Has he ever come down since Tinubu came into office? And yet he's praising himself.
It's been fluctuating up and down.
Has he ever
At a point, it got to 1,200.
Has he ever come close to where he met it? Tell me, has he ever close to where he met it since he came into office? So what was the reason? Is it not bad economic management? Is there any other reason? With all the money he's getting though, the fuel subsidy money that they told us that is a panacea for all problems. The day he was really this thing, he listed what this fuel subsidy removal will do for Nigeria. Mr. Okoro, 2 years after, we didn't see anything. Rather, he is going to borrow money for the same fuel subsidy removal. And we are going to pay 7.7 trillion naira to NNPC for the same subsidy. Please, is it not hard to tell a lie in such a way that you be confused? That's why I told you that they succeeded in doing one thing very well, lying and propaganda. Explain to us, why would you go and pay 7.7 trillion naira to NNPC? Is the NNPC part of government because it has been what? It has been liberalized.
And because NNPC was importing on behalf of the government.
Are you serious? Why should that be? Why can't what is it called? Why can't MRS import for government? Why can't Renault import for government? Hold on.
NNPC is government owned.
Really? Government owned? I thought they had removed their hand there. It's not NNPCL. Why would government now own it? Who is signing the check in NNPC? That money you are paying to NNPC, where is it going to? They're supposed to be independent. When they liberalized the telecom industry, did you hear that Nitel is playing any role in that industry again? It is only in Nigeria that a regulator will be a player. And you are telling me that that thing will succeed. It's only in Nigeria. NNPC is supposed to be a regulator. It's not supposed to be handling any business of importation or distribution. It's not supposed to. That is where the compromise comes in. Yet Nigerians are not asking questions. Why would the NNPC be regulator and importer? Are you telling me that they will not be thinking for their own interests to the detriment of other importers and distributors of fuel products? How can that be? I gave you an example here. When Nitel died, he gave rise to MTN, Airtel, and Glo. Since that time, have you had any major complaint from those areas? But why is it every time NNPC? Can't they just stay away from this particular business? I mean, completely.
We are running out of time.
Good.
Are you concerned that just 2 years into the life of this administration, looks like governance has been abandoned and politics has taken the spotlight, the center stage? Are you bothered, Barrister? Should Nigerians be bothered? I
am more than bothered. I have told you now, the project of one party state have started. That is where the money is going to, Mr. Okoro. I told you here. You say governors are getting money. You will see. This 2027 election, if my calculation is right, somebody, one particular person is going to spend over 7 trillion naira to get into office. If at all, 7 trillion naira is going into this project. Because for you to coerce an entire country to come under your fold is not a tea party. Money is going to exchange hands. And where is that money coming from, Mr. Okoro? The money that taken away from you and I in the name of subsidy, electricity tariff, whatever, tax. Is that not what is going to happen? Is it his money that he's spending? No. It is Nigerian money, taxpayers' money that is being frittered away. Mr. Okoro, as I talk to you today, National Assembly members have told you that they are getting 1 billion and 2 billion constituency allowances. Meanwhile, there is nothing to show for those money. Oh yeah, you are telling me that governors are getting money. So you think that National Assembly members will not get their own? That is how they are giving their own money. Now the same way they gave the governors, they are giving these people, and nobody is asking them, this money, well, you are going to show the project you did with it. Initially, they told us that the money for constituency allowance is not given to the lawmakers directly, that they identify a project, then the government will execute it. But is that what is going on today? They give them this money directly inside their account. So that
you have evidence.
What are you saying? We don't have what?
Evidence.
Evidence is there because there is no consulting project going on anywhere. Yes, they have collected the money. There is no consulting project going on anywhere. Nothing. Yes, they have collected the money. They said it with their own mouth, not
Barrister, me. The man representing me in the Senate is doing a lot of constituency projects. Where is he getting that money from?
Which man?
Ojus Okalo. UK. He represents me in the Senate. And he's doing a lot of constituency projects. Roads are constructed.
No.
Yes, in my community.
Listen, how many of them?
So several of them?
No. The people
across the senatorial zone?
Hold on.
Okay.
You see, when some people among them are looking for something, they want to play the good boy to their people.
With their money? With his money? Is it really with his personal money?
It may not be his money, but that is a token out of the money he got. He couldn't have been spending all of them because he has something he's looking for in that Senate. Or just Okali in particular.
So, Barrister, you agree that there is constituency projects now?
There is, but I mean, if I gave you 1 billion naira to go and do constituency project, and you now go and do 2 or 3 boreholes in 1 or 2 constituencies, is that a project? Hold on, is that what you want me to celebrate? 1 billion naira, 3 boreholes. All the places I built house, I built my own borehole. I know how much it costs. So, what is the difference?
Barrister, we are out of time. What should you Nigerians do to help the government achieve a better standard of living for all? Is there anything, apart from leadership, what can the followership do to make sure that this country works? The
followers should now wake up. They have been sleeping for too long. That is why their rights have been taken away from them. That is why their inheritance have been frittered away. They should now wake up and ask for accountability from government, especially this TINUBU'S administration that is making more money, yet we are not seeing anything. We should be asking for accountability, especially this fuel subsidy that plunged Nigeria into where we want to know how much has been generated and where it has been put into. Don't tell me you gave one governor money or do that is not what we want. That's not what we want. That money is supposed to be tied to projects in Nigeria that everybody will benefit from. I have told you here how Abacha did it with Petroleum Trust Fund. That is how to go. That is the way to go. So that you will not say that you gave it to 1 governor or 2 governors who are from your party. I don't want to hear that. Nigerians should be change this your style of distributing money. That is what you are using to make friends. Fake friends. Look at them when they are running to TINUBU. They are running to him for nothing. It's because of the money they are getting from him. Is there any other reason? That money should have been saved to use it to better the life of generations unborn. So that tomorrow you say, yes, this subsidy that was removed, this is what we got from it. You know that if TINUBU continue like this, 4 years will just elapse and we cannot see one single thing to look up to because of this fuel subsidy removal. Is that what you call progress? 2 years have gone, yet you are going to borrow money. That's even more painful. You are going to borrow money for fuel subsidy that you removed.
Okay, but Barrister, we are costing home, and as a wrap, what's your advice to this government? And I would like for you to put together your concluding thoughts. What do you think the present government can do, to better the standard of living of Nigerians?
Mr. Okoro, you see, please, you see this advice. We have more than advised the government.
We shouldn't stop. We can't stop. We should never stop.
Hold on. It's obvious. They are heading towards one-party state. That's what they are interested in.
Barrister, so if one-party state solves our problem, if it gives us economic prosperity, is there anything wrong in that?
It has never solved problem anywhere. China, you think that is a one-party state. It's not. That is why they are. In fact, China is now more capitalist than America. Look at all the companies that are working and not. Do you know that the highest number of billionaires are from China? You are aware?
30 seconds. You're concluding.
The highest number of billionaires are from China. The same China you think that is a one-party state. What I'm saying is that TINUBU should change his style of, especially economic management. He doesn't know anything about it. He doesn't. Let him call experts. That was why people like Jonathan and Obasanjo succeeded. Okay. They call people who know how to manage the economy. TINUBU doesn't know. Leave all this nonsense about the master strategy, this and that. Okay. It's all paper, it's all mouth.
All right then.
In reality, he doesn't know how to run an economy.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, this is where we wrap up the show. Big thanks to you, Barrister Darlington Agomuo, Political Affairs and VOP in-house analyst. We appreciate your presence on Political Lens. Thanks for coming, sir.
It's my pleasure.
I hope you heard everything he said in this video and you really understand what he said. Barrister Agomuo is someone who says something that are very meaningful, and what he always say is right. Yes, because I know that he is a man who knows the right thing to say, and before he says something, I believe that he made a strong investigation before saying it. He says something with wisdom, And if you look into what he always say, there is a strong meaning. May God help us in this country, and may God provide for us, especially all Nigerian citizens. Thank you for watching. For more upload and videos like this, subscribe. See you in my next upload. Bye.